All right, guys. So I'm out here in Austin, Texas. Hot as hell. It's close to 100 degrees. But it's a dry heat in comparison to South Florida, where like 92 degrees feels, man, like 120 degrees because of the humidity over there. So, all right. I'm going to take a little walk here. I'm actually going to a taco shop. I think it's called One Taco or something like that. And I'm staying over here. I don't know if you guys can see all the way. It's a tall ass building over there. But anyways, I want to talk about why so many men spend their time in the comfort zone. And, you know, you can see this every day, wherever you go, right? They just want comfort. Starts from the way that they dress, really, all the way to how they act around people and how far they're willing to push themselves. And it seems like overall, men are getting softer and softer. And it's not just mentally, man, physically. It's, you know, they have lost their way, you know, their principles, values. And this is important because we need to bring this back. You know, chivalry is not dead. Being courteous, being polite to people, but at the same time, standing your ground, having the balls to fight for your belief. And that's where we're losing most of the ground right there. Most men don't have any conviction. They're not dialed into a mission. They don't have purpose. And I believe truly that this is why they sit in that comfort zone, because they have no purpose whatsoever. There's no guiding principle that gets them out of the bed every morning with something to fight for. And when men get in that state of mind, well, they get complacent, they get soft, and they stay in this comfort zone, this comfort bubble. So how do we get out of that? Listen, don't get me wrong. There are times in my life where I kind of get in a little soft bubble, but I shake off it, right? I shake it loose. I shake it off me. And I think every man needs to understand and be able to identify when he's going soft. Now, sometimes I have the tendency of embedding myself in my office, just, you know, dialing into work, dialing into the important things, right? But I realize that getting out in the world, shaking hands, being on podcasts, you know, getting my personal brand up to where it needs to be. I mean, hell, that's extremely important. And so here in Austin, I came to do I was invited on the Connect podcast. He connect with Johnny Mitchell. Very good podcast. You know, it's a little bit different for him having a law enforcement guy, you know, on there, because I believe that, you know, most of the guys that are in his podcast are, you know, past criminals and things like that. But great guy, great, as far as I'm concerned, a great podcast setup. And we went at it for 2 hours. But look, and I flew down here, well, to meet some of the brothers from the Man of War Society too, but also to get out a little bit and to do a walk like this and to, you know, shake hands with people. Sometimes you got to do that. And, you know, sometimes, again, like I said, I get stuck in the office trying to make things perfect, you know, in headquarters, trying to make sure that I have all my I's dotted, all my T's, that my teams are running, you know, 100%. So you got to be careful when you do that. Get out of that comfort zone, because believe it or not, that is a comfort zone, because that's where you feel comfortable working, right? Get out of that environment. Push yourself a little bit. This morning, I came out here. I ran a couple of miles, and it's great when you're in a new place just a new environment. I haven't been to Austin forever. I lived in Houston when I was younger, and I came here a couple of times back then, but hell, I don't remember. That's a long time ago. And Austin is a up and coming city, very liberal, man. That's one thing I gotta say, extremely liberal. But whatever. Overall, it's pretty cool. Seems like it's pretty peaceful. And the bottom line, when everything is said and done, is you got to get out of that comfort zone. Doesn't matter whether you go 20 miles away from your home, or whether you're flying out, or you're meeting people, networking. And one of the greatest things that I have found, for me anyways, really to get out of that comfort zone, is to be held accountable, to have other people around me who call me out and say, hey, boo, what are you doing? Get out there, do things, get uncomfortable. And sometimes I need that, because I'm so dialed in. Not that I care about being uncomfortable, because a good bunch of my life, that's the way that I've lived, right? But more so, from a state where, you're thinking about, the things that you have to do and the things you have to get done. And so many of us just get stuck in our work environment, and we don't move out, and we need to. It's highly important. So I'm downtown. I don't know where the fuck I am. This is Congress Avenue here, but it's pretty nice, pretty chill place. I'm still looking for this taco shop here. I have no idea where the fuck I'm going, but let's see. I'm gonna walk over here. But look, the best thing to do is get around people who hold you accountable. Get around people who are going to push you a little bit farther, who are going to call you out on your bullshit. We all have bullshit. I have bullshit too, man. Like, I'll make up shit like, fuck, did I just justify what I did? Or what I'm not doing? I mean, think about it. It's the truth, okay? You know it. And when that happens, you get in this cycle, especially when you don't have anybody around you calling you out, okay? When you don't have anybody around you calling you out, then you kind of soften up and get into that environment. You stay in that environment, you stay in that little bubble. But when you have someone calling you out, when you have other people executing around you, it keeps you on your toes. And that's the idea. You got to stay on your toes, because if you don't, okay, life's going to punch you out, man. You're going to knock your ass out. So, and that's not really the life that you want to live. Pretty sure you want to be, if you're listening to this, you want to get your life to the next level. You want to be on a springing board. You want to be ready for action. You want to be ready to take it to the next level. I mean, that's the idea, right? Because if not, if you're constantly frozen in time, I mean, think about it. All you're doing is regressing. You're not pushing. You're not growing. And that's problematic, because we need men. We need more men in our society that are constantly growing and bettering themselves and pushing to be better providers, protectors, men of action. I mean, that's what's going to make the world go around. As strong as this woman, femininity movement and empowerment thing is going on, even though that's going on, and at the end of the day, men are going to be the guys that run this planet. We are going to be the guys that execute at the highest levels, because when the shit hits the fan, who are the women calling? Okay, let's get real. Okay, but with that said, train. Like, if there's somebody trying to steal your lunch, get out there, focus, be strong in your way. Don't let people, get you off. Finally, if you're stepping off that, into a world where you're more decisive, a little bit stronger across the board, you're a better father, husband, leader, right? That's what it's about. And sometimes, how am I going here? And sometimes it takes people around you to step your game up. It takes people around you to help you and push you just a little bit. All right, guys, get around great people, get out of your comfort zone, and go out there and win the day. By the way, if you're enjoying this channel, we're evolving. One of the things that I want to do is be more authentic, be a little bit more open, receptive, so there's something that I can bring to the table that you may resonate with, right? I have so much experience when it comes to, I don't know, building men. I think I'm over 12,000 something men at this point that have crossed in some way, shape, or form my training. So if you're enjoying this, smash the subscribe button. Start turning on that notification bell so when we go live, right, when we bring on a video, okay, you can check out what's out there. And if it interests you, you watch it. But also, man, drop some comments, share it. This is how we get the word out. All right, guys, God bless you. Talk to you guys soon.